In this training video, I will teach you how to answer behavioural interview questions. During your job interview, you will have to answer questions such as, tell me about a time when you worked on a team, and tell me about a time when you made a mistake. When answering these difficult behavioural interview questions, you must use a certain structure. In this video, I will tell you what that structure is and give you brilliant example answers to help you pass. And just very quickly, if you are new to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and tell me the name of the job you are being interviewed for in the comment section below the video, and I will give you some extra tips to help you pass. Okay, let's get straight into the tutorial. In the first part of this lesson, I will teach you a brilliant structure to use to answer behavioural interview questions. This structure is called the STAR method, and it is recognised by all hiring managers as the best way to answer behavioural interview questions. Let me tell you what the STAR method is. Now, when you answer any behavioural interview question, you should start your answer and outline the situation you were in. You will then move on and tell the hiring manager what the task was, the task that needed your attention. You will then move on in your answer and give in-depth details about the action you took to complete the task. And you then finish your answer and tell the hiring manager the results following your actions. And it is important to make sure the result is always a positive one. So the STAR method stands for situation, task, action, and results. Let's now move on to the next section of this training video, where I will tell you what the most common behavioural interview questions are and give you some top scoring answers that use the STAR method. Here we go. Behavioural interview question number one that comes up all the time during job interviews is, tell me about a time when you faced a, write this down, challenging situation. Now, the challenging situation can come from either a previous job role or your personal life. Now, this behavioural interview question evaluates two things. Number one, problem solving, and that is your ability to overcome challenging situations, and it also assesses resilience, which is your ability to push through difficult challenges. So let me now give you a brilliant example answer to the question, tell me about a time when you faced a challenging situation that uses the STAR method. Here we go. Tell me about a time you faced a challenging situation at work. In my previous role, I was responsible for coordinating the launch of a new product. 1 week before the launch, a key supplier informed us they could not deliver the product's packaging due to unforeseen circumstances. My task was to ensure the product launch proceeded on schedule despite the setback, as the delay would have impacted our marketing campaign and customer expectations. I immediately convened a team meeting to brainstorm solutions and identify potential alternative suppliers. I reached out to alternative suppliers and chose the one that could deliver the required packaging on time. Simultaneously, I communicated transparently with stakeholders about the issue and our contingency plan. As a result of my swift actions, we secured a new supplier who delivered the packaging on time. The product launch went ahead as scheduled, and it turned out to be one of the most successful launches of the year, exceeding sales targets by 15%. Behavioural interview question number 2 again comes up all the time in job interviews, and that is, tell me about a time when you had to work with a difficult co-worker. Wow, this is a really tricky question to answer correctly. The question itself evaluates 2 things. Number 1, your interpersonal skills. That is, your ability to get on with anyone in your team. And the question also evaluates your conflict resolution skills. That is why it is vital in your answer you demonstrate how you overcame the conflict with your co-worker for the team's benefit. So here is my brilliant STAR method example answer. Write this down and practice it before your interview. Tell me about a time you had to work with a difficult team member. While working on a team project to design a new company website, one of the team members consistently missed deadlines and resisted adopting the collaborative tools we had agreed to use. My responsibility was to ensure the project stayed on track while fostering a positive team dynamic and addressing the issues with this team member. I scheduled a one-on-one conversation with the team member to understand their concerns. During our discussion, I discovered they were unfamiliar with the tools and they felt overwhelmed. I offered to provide a quick training session and created a step-by-step guide to help them navigate the tools more easily. Additionally, I checked in regularly to offer support and ensure they stayed aligned with the project goals. Over time, the team member became more comfortable with the tools and began contributing on time. The project was completed ahead of schedule, and the improved collaboration strengthened our team's overall performance and the functionality of the new website. Behavioural interview question number 3 that comes up all the time is, tell me about a time when you had to work as a team. This is one of the most common behavioural interview questions. The reason why the hiring manager is asking you this question is because you will have to work as part of a team in your job role. If you can't work as a team, they will not hire you. That is why you have to give a brilliant, powerful answer. Now, this behavioural question evaluates 2 things. Number 1, your ability to collaborate with anybody. And number 2, it evaluates your communication skills, because if you are going to work as part of a team successfully, you must be a good communicator. So here is my brilliant example answer to that question that uses the STAR method. Tell me about a time you had to work as a team. In my previous role, our team was tasked with organising an annual company event that involved over 200 attendees. Each member was assigned different responsibilities, from logistics to guest coordination. My role was to oversee the venue arrangements and ensure smooth communication among all team members to avoid any overlaps or gaps in planning. I created a shared project timeline and facilitated weekly check-ins to track progress. I also encouraged open communication so team members could voice challenges early. Additionally, I collaborated with another team member to resolve a last-minute issue with the catering service. The event went off without a hitch, receiving excellent feedback from attendees and senior management. Our teamwork and coordination were specifically highlighted as key factors in its success. Behavioural interview question number 4 is, tell me about a time when you made a mistake. Now, the majority of candidates respond to this question by saying, I have never made a mistake because I am a perfectionist. That is not the way to answer this question. This question is assessing 2 things. Number 1, honesty. Because we all make mistakes, but you have to be honest about them. So give the hiring manager an example of when you made a mistake and you owned up to it. And this question also evaluates your desire for self-improvement. So in your answer, tell the hiring manager what the mistake was, say that you took ownership of it, and you then worked hard to self-improve. Here is my brilliant example response. Tell me about a time you made a mistake. Early in my career, I accidentally sent an email with incorrect pricing information to several key clients. It was my responsibility to correct the error and ensure it did not damage client relationships or the company's reputation. As soon as I realized the mistake, I immediately informed my manager and drafted a follow-up email to apologize and clarify the correct pricing. I also personally called the clients to explain the situation and answer any questions. Additionally, I reviewed our email approval process and suggested improvements to prevent similar errors in the future. The clients appreciated my prompt and transparent communication. None of them decided to withdraw their business, and the updated approval process I implemented significantly reduced errors in subsequent communications. Behavioural interview question number 5 is, tell me about a time when you had to work under pressure. This is another difficult interview question to answer correctly. This question evaluates 2 things. Number 1, your speed of work. That is your ability to get your tasks, responsibilities, and projects completed in a timely manner, even when you are under pressure. And the question also evaluates resilience and calmness. Because if you are going to be able to work under pressure, you have to work diligently and calmly while working at speed. So let me now give you a brilliant example answer to this behavioural interview question. Tell me about a time when you had to work under pressure that uses the STAR method. Here we go. Tell me about a time you had to work under pressure. During the holiday season in my previous retail role, our store experienced an unexpected surge in foot traffic, resulting in long queues and a shortage of staff. My task was to manage the situation efficiently, ensuring customers had a positive experience despite the challenges. I quickly prioritised tasks, delegating responsibilities to available staff members and stepping in to assist with customer service. I also communicated with customers in the queue, offering updates and providing small gestures like complimentary refreshments to ease their frustration. Simultaneously, I contacted part-time employees to see if they could come in on short notice. The situation was managed effectively, and several customers complimented our team's professionalism despite the pressure. Sales for the day exceeded expectations and customer satisfaction remained high. Okay, now in this next section of the training video, I'm going to tell you how you can instantly download my brilliant answers to behavioural interview questions that use the STAR method. Here we go. The next thing to do if you want to download my brilliant STAR method answers to difficult behavioural interview questions is click that link right now in the top right hand corner of the video. Head straight through to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can instantly download these slides plus my full set of 27 brilliant answers to Tell Me About a Time behavioural interview questions. These sample answers are structured using the STAR method and they are guaranteed to impress in any job interview. If you want the guide, click that link right now. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I am here to help you pass every job interview and progress throughout your career. I can only do those things if you are subscribed. Please hit the like button and don't forget to connect with me on LinkedIn. I have put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. It is always an honour and a pleasure to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. Thank you very much for watching and I wish you the very best for passing your job interview. Have a wonderful day.